show you a 6-minute solo ultimate solo ops farm for powerful rewards to level past 450 power. Bungie has acknowledged the issues with the power level and portal progresses. So basically, if you don't know or not in the loop, all portal activities at A grade scoring are only dropping +1 drops. This is how I was foreseeing how this system was going to work before this dropped. As far as I understood it, from 400 power to 500 power, all portal drops, if it's A grade or whatever, would be +3 drops. So your base power, if it's 450, well, you get 453. And all your drops would be 453. That is not the case. Every single A grade scoring for portal, at least at 450, is +1 drop only. This is devastating to the level and process because you would need 8 drops of 451, okay, to go up to the next level and to the next level. Yeah, and you would end up getting bumped as well. See, what you need to realize is the difference between a +3 drop and a +1 drop is huge. +3 drops will allow it so that you don't get bumped as much, and it'll be treble the gains. So we're nerfed on the leveling processes because of this, what's going on. This is a workaround in the meantime on what you can do in ultimate content to at least get some gains and farm tier 5 gear. You can farm tier 5 gear like this. And I'm going to go through that. Now, comp PvP is bugged, and I do see a leveling process there, because basically after 7 kills in a match, the game ends early. I don't know if it's patched yet or not. It ends early, and you would get, if you earn an A grade score in PvP, you get a +1 there. However, my farm is 6 minutes a run, and you're guaranteed a powerful drop, a +1 drop. So I actually even think it's better than that. I don't know the situation with comp exactly, but I'm just mentioning it to you. Fireteam ops, no good. On the solo basis, no good right now on how it works, because it's not worth it. So let's just give you, I don't know, Battleground Delve. On ultimate content, I would need to solo this at 49 under. And just that's just to get it going, which would be no good at all. Okay, this would take ages. There's no farm there with that. Pointless to do this. 1 completion reward. Pointless to do this on the solo basis. So on a solo basis, we have to rely on solo ops for ultimate content for now on the farm basis. I'm not saying it's not possible to solo ultimate at 50 levels. Of course it is. What I'm saying is, where's the farm at with this? Because we need to reliably do this every 5 to 6 minutes. So we've got solo ops. Can't run none of the top stuff because it caps out at master. Master would not give us power bump. So we've got Creation, Caldera, K1, Salt Mines, Conflux, Skywatch. In my opinion, out of them all, the top 3 best lost sectors are Creation, Caldera, and K1. Now, I have soloed K1 on Ultimate, and I can tell you it's very annoying. The farm is a bit obnoxious for K1 because the boss keeps moving around. It's the fallen rotation, the snipers to deal with. You've got different objectives to do, and you need to do the side objective. If you don't do it, you don't get the scoring. So K1 to me is awkward. Whilst it's possible to do it in 7 minutes or so, and even quicker than that, it's very awkward farm. I don't like it. Caldera is the fallen rotation, and there's a little farm there with that. You could probably do Caldera today for sure, even on Ultimate. You could do. There's a farm there for that as well. But again, that's fallen, and it's the 2 VIP bosses, and they keep moving around the map. It's very annoying, the 2 bosses at 50 level under. They're annoying. So then we come back to Creation. Creation is a unique solo ops because it has 1 rotation of ads, and it only has 1 objective every time you do it. The side objective is so critical to solo ops that you need to do it every run, and Creation has the easiest objectives out of all of the solo ops. So Creation is overwhelmingly the most consistent farm on ultimate difficulty, not Grandmaster, ultimate difficulty. And there's a card to run to make it easier for you. Which that's what I'm going to go through. Now, the reason with the score, this is another issue, okay, is if I come over to the rewards pass here, see this little thing here. Boost score earned from completing portal activities. 15% buff, that is. Now, I think what's going on is that we've all lost this buff, and you're going to get it back. Look, at rank 9 on the season pass, it says I get another 3%. So there's 5 of these. Yeah, there's going to keep, there we go, activity boost 2, activity boost 3. Do you see now? So because we haven't leveled season pass up, we've lost this score bonus, which does impact the score a lot. On these mods, it definitely does. It's upsetting the score bonus, meaning that you need to run tougher cards. Let's get on to that all-important card. This is how you're going to do it. If you have 450 power, this is how you do it. You're going to run an airborne mod and a Fury. Fury, defeating combatants builds Fury at full Fury, gain heavy ammo, ability energy, and weapon buffs for a short time. This is going on. This is going to be very imperative for the farm. This will speed up the run. It'll make sense why I've got it on. Airborne is just a nice additive, and we are allowed to put it on. I'm allowed to do it. Now we come to this column here, and we're going to do pressure cooker. This is your best friend. This modifier for ultimate content is your best friend, especially for solo ops, because the time on this is enough to do the run. I've just told you do this in 6 minutes. Well, pressure cooker gives you 10-11 minutes. So you've got more than enough time. So pressure cooker goes on. Look at the score bump. But we're not finished yet because we need to get this card to A grade. Right, they've added loads of new mods. And there is a way to do bows only. That's the highest multiplier, by the way, on this column. The problem with bow weapon only is that would mean that you need to run Leviathan's Breath in the heavy slot, and it's not Edge of Fate based. So that's a bit of a downside. Plus, it doesn't work with exotic armor. So bow weapons only, whilst there's a good little farm going on with that, and there is, it's difficult to pull off because it means you can't run exotic armor. So you run Touche. Touche is the next best thing that you should run, in my opinion. All it does is it combines equipment locked and Edge of Fate together, whatever, right? Basically the same thing as equipment locked. I mean, people are saying it's a different thing. It's not. It's the same thing to me, to be honest. Because I use new gear anyways. You always should use new gear. You should never not use anything other than new gear or Edge of Fate gear. And then I don't run no hood, because I feel as though on ultimate content, it just really hurts the farm. I hate it. So I run no starting ammo. Look at that. Look what that's done. That has pushed me to A grade score. The reward is now 452, gives me a +1 drop, and I will beat the reward forecast. Do you see it now? I'm going to get that A grade scoring. Just as long as I do the run, in 7-8 minutes, I'm getting the A grade score, and I need to do the side objective on creation. So do you see now how all of this setup is perfect for today at least, but after today, yeah, it's going to change again after today's reset. Fury will save the run. It will save the run. We are lucky we have Fury up today, but obviously the power leveling's situation's hard work as well. So, because no starting ammo is on, yeah, you've got to change your way of doing this. Okay, now I've found a very good strategy for this, and you're going to look at this loadout and think it's a little odd, it doesn't work, but it does. Now, you cannot run new Malpais, whatever it's called. You're not allowed to run it. You're not allowed to run it because no starting ammo is on. You can't rely on this weapon for this farm. You need a good primary, and it can be an exotic primary or a legendary primary. This Mercury A is one of the best weapons in the game currently right now. For ultimate content, 50 power under, I foresee this being probably one of the best weapons in the game. Competitive to exotic primaries. And that's Kinetic Tremors, Attrition Orbs with Temporal Blast. Because we've just gotten a new champion mod for bows. So you pop that on. That's your first step, right? Next step, use a rocket sidearm probably. Now I'm using the new one. I haven't got a god roll on it, but I don't think it really matters. Just get the rocket sidearm popped on. You should get it rather quickly. If you don't have this one, use the other rocket sidearm then. Use one you like. Make sure it's the new Edge of Fate bonus. And finally, I'm using Sleeper. Sleeper is very good for this farm. Now, a lot of people, before this come out, this update, they were saying, oh, I'm going to run Science here for my speed runs. I highly discourage you from running an Eager Edge Sword in Ultimate content. It's just not worth it when you're needing to kill bosses and you're 50 levels under. This will come more in use as we get closer to 500 power. Right now it has no use to use this because of no starting ammo mods and stuff. So you need to use a very good weapon to kill the boss. You're 50 levels under, you need a strategy for them to make the farm consistent. If you don't make the farm consistent, it's going to be 10-minute runs, and yeah, that's going to double your time length on your farm. The farm's already hard enough, you're just making it harder. So please listen to Voice of Reason. You need to listen to good weapon usage. You need to think about it properly. If you don't, you're going to burn yourself out quickly. We can't do French tablecloth builds today. French players, I'm sorry. We can't run fancy Fredlin builds or whatever. You just need to run what works in the game and what you know. Depending on what class you're on. Right now, I'm leveling on Titan and I'm choosing to because the grind is just that difficult at the minute that it's like, right, I'm just going on Ball Charge Titan. I ain't messing around for no one. With Crest of Alpha Lupi, that is absolutely recommended for this. But you could use Hazardous as well. Just note that with Hazardous, you'll die more. You're more likely to die with Hazardous as opposed to just using Crest. You're 50 levels under. It's ultimate content. Just use Crest, right? Don't argue it. Okay, those are the armor mods. Resistance mods are important. Rock 1 Solar, 1 Void, and a Concussive Dampener. And run double Kinetic Surge, a Solar Scav, double Kinetic Loader, and such. The reason why for Kinetic Weapon Surge is because of artifact mods, and we'll come on to that now. There are new 2 columns. Now, I predicted this, didn't I, last week? What did I tell you? I told you that there was going to be Barrier Bow. And lo and behold, my Nostradamus prediction has come true. And not only that, it gets weirder than that. I also said that there'll be Overload Sword. I told a few guys on my YouTube comments, I said they'll probably do Overload Sword. So not only did I tell you that it would be Barrier Bow, it was also Overload Sword, which I said it would be that as well. This is Nostradamus level of predictions. You need to start trusting my predictions. I've got a 7th sense for this stuff. I'm using the new semi-auto striker. This gives me armor charges with bows and precision style weapons. It's very nice this, because this is going to allow you to dip into surges anytime you want. It's so OP. I'm using that fresh bullets. I don't really know too much what it does, but I've got it on. And I've got Argent Quiver. Again, I don't really know exactly how good this is, but I've got it on. And Shield Crush is valuable. Elemental Daze is valuable. I could have run Radiant Shrapnel, but I'm trying out this new bow mod because I got a bow on. Stat-wise, high weapon stat is highly recommended for this. High class stat as much as you can get. And highest super as much as, get closer to your 100. And that's really all the stats that you would need for this. So that is the build, the weapons. Oh, super. T-Crash goes on because we've got Airborne on the card, remember. Airborne is going to get the buff from T-Crash. Rally Barricade, Seismic Strike, Pulse Grenade, Aspect, Stormscape, Knockout. Knockout needs to be on for this because you need Amplified for a certain part. Fragments, Spark of Resistance, Shock, Focus, Frequency. That's the build, the weapons, and the advice is on with the run. Okay, so here is that all-important 6-minute ultimate farm creation using the Fury method. So you're going to cap the plate like always. But the devil is in the details. You need to proc Fury before you leave this plate. So even if you're about to cap the plate and you have not got Fury, you need to make sure you get the Fury procced on the right hand side. This will give you heavy ammo. It's critical that you do that for this farm. Yeah, it determines the run so that it's consistent every time you do this, and you don't need to rely on ammo drops at all because of this. You're going to keep popping your barricade, and you're just going to keep jump shotting with the bow. If you do your jump shots, because Airborne works with the bow, you're 1-shot to 2-shot red bars. In ultimate content, that is huge that you can do that with a legendary primary. That allows me to run an exotic heavy. It allows me to quickly kill the boss at the end. That is what's so good about this, right? Like I told you Sleeper Simulant was going to hit like a truck, and it does. It saves it saves me in ultimate content against bosses and stuff. And champs as well. Because it gets the Edge of Fate bonus. Sleeper's always been good for many years for us. And it's good for this farm as well. I would definitely not run an Eager Edge Sword in this. In actual fact, if you run an Eager Edge Sword in this, you'll probably lose time. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy, man. Because you're like... That's if you do no starting ammo. If you do no starting ammo, you definitely need to build for that and have a plan for that, right? Which this plan is all based on that, really, and it all works together. The plate's fine. Skip the champ. Don't worry about it. You'll get scored anyways. I've only got one revive, so you need to play properly. Yeah, you can't really mess around. So, I'm going to take out the crystals from up top. Yes, you could go down and speedrun it even quicker. But, we want solo consistent farm. We don't want to die. Yeah, I'm the king of the north and I'm allowed to use sleeper on these crystals. And I'm going to do just that. I want to do it. I'm allowed to. Do you not think I'm allowed to do that over these years? I'll use sleeper on my crystals. Don't worry. I've got all my ammo is planned out for this run. So I can use my sleeper shots. Destroy the oracles. I've got 9 sleeper left. And remember, Fury will proc again later on in the run. Meaning that I have enough ammo to do the job for the run. Okay, we need amplified. Get your amplified around about here. Okay, so I'm going to get this add weak. There we go, get amplified off a melee kill. You need that, lest you will die at this section here. The champ will snipe you and the Cyclops will probably kill you. It's going to be hit or miss whether you get through alive. You don't want to die on your run at all. It stops the sales out of your farm. Don't die on runs. Just don't do it. Have a plan for each bit. That's why creation's very simple and there's a good plan for it. Each section has its own dedicated plan for it. And don't worry, it's not complicated by any means. I mean, so far, what have we done? Cap the plate, proc Fury once, use Sleeper Oracles, use Rocket Sidearm Oracles, jump down, get amplified, run past the champs and the ads, and then we're making our way to this final boss. So far, the plan's foolproof. And we've done our extra objective. You always do your extra objective. That's what's so good about it. T-crash the boss right now. Get rid of him. Not rid of him, but rid of your super. Then you make your way here. You have to strategize better. On this difficulty, you need to stand away from the boss. So watch this, Sleeper. 2 shots radiant. That gives me to shoot through the Hydra shield. Look, barrier linear. Look at the melt. That's at minus 50 under, may I add. That's incredible. Okay. Then we're going to go over to the plate. We'll get a blind in here. I'm emoting. Why? My emote button is the same as my melee button. Uncharged. That's why that does that. And then you're just going to cap this plate. Keep barricading. Keep using the bow. The bow's incredible for ag clear and for single target damage as well. You can even use it on the boss. Say for whatever reason you didn't have ever, you can definitely do good damage against bosses with this bow. I've tested it. I've already tested it. I wouldn't tell you something that I haven't tested. Have trust in it. So, barrier champ right side. He could be an overload. If it's an overload, pulse grenade him with Spark of Jolt. We do end up messing my stun. I miss a bow shot. That's what happens. Don't worry. I end up missing a bow shot. Just watch. So, we'll just do our KT. There you go. You break the shield. That's good. I'm going to use Sleeper because I've got lots of ammo, look. 2 shots, get him finishable? That's crazy good. That's all I could ever want and hope for from Sleeper there. Right, champions dealt with. You need to kill that champ for sure. If it's a barrier overload, get rid of him. They end up messing the run up if you don't. Again, don't die. Try not to. You got 2 revives. This is my strat though. This is what my strat is going to be. I'm going to T-crash the boss first because I don't quite have my barricade yet. So I'm just going to do that. Watch this. T-crash boss. That's with airborne, right? We do a little bit of damage, not too much though. This is where we barricade. Barricade up here. Sleeper the boss twice for barrier. There we go. We get our barrier and then we're just going to melt the boss out. And this will be the solo farm. So look at the time we're on. Less than 6 minutes, basically. Round about 6 minutes. So there we go. Sleeper destroys the boss at the end. You can jump shot with linear with Sleeper to get the airborne buff as well. That guarantees me a +1 drop every time I do this. I'll get A grade scoring. It's not too difficult to do. To get A plus grade, you would have to be 70, 80 levels under, which would be no good for a farm. There we go. I get the score, proves it to you. That was a solo ultimate farm. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.